Great. So everybody, thanks for joining me. My name is Vincent Meza, and this is Listings to Leads. And this call is to give you an introduction to our platform. Your office, Crystal has just set up your office so that you all have access to this. You don't need to create a trial. You should have received an intro email with login instructions. And you want to log in at the top right where it says My Account. You don't want to start a free trial, okay? And the thing about Listings to Leads at a high level is we've got a number of tools here for agents who have listings. We have a number of tools here for agents who don't have listings. And these tools will help you get buyers and get seller leads, okay? Most of them are automatically created, but the point of this call is to make sure you know what are the top tools, what you absolutely must use, and then we'll get on, and then I'll show you some of the other resources. At the beginning of this kind of call, I like to let you know of where things are if you need help, right? So at the bottom of our website is actually a blog. And, if you're a reader, you like to read things, there's a lot of great information here. You're going to see a couple of themes go over and over. Now I'm going to show you the thing inside the system. I'm going to mute that person that just logged in. If you have a question, you can all unmute yourself and just ask that question. But as you might have noticed, there might be a little bit of echo there. In this blog, as I was saying, you're going to learn that we've got great tools to help you get listings. We've also got this fantastic Facebook ad generator, which I'm going to show you in just a couple minutes. And that's really the point. There's also, you can search this blog, but I'm going to point out, you can search the words, I'm going to point this blog here. And I'm going to send this to everybody right now before we even get started. Actually, I won't. I'm not, because I'm going to send this to Crystal and Jeannie a little bit later today when I give you the recording of this call. But I do want you to know what's here. This blog post says, "Realtors stuck inside with time on your hands," right? These 6 videos really cover our whole platform. How to market listings, whether they're your listings or borrowed, how to create ads in 3 quick steps. It's about a 20-second process right now, and you get automated phone numbers with your leads. What are the top tools for getting more listings? If you want more listings, you want to watch this video. I am going to talk about some of these tools on this call today. What do you do if you don't have listings? Well, there's a whole stack of tools designed to help you get buyers or sellers, even if you don't have listings, and we'll talk about those too. Some cool ideas about free and cheap lead gen, which are just smart to use. And then if you invest in video or Matterport or other 3D tools, you can snap them into the system and we'll help you capture leads of those investments. So I will send this to you later today. And, definitely check that out. So another great resource is our mastermind group. And I don't remember, I know Crystal was in here a long time ago. I'm not sure if she's in here. Jeannie can get in here, but you can't find this mastermind group if you go to Facebook, unless you're in the mastermind group. And if you're in the mastermind group, you can invite other agents from your office and we'll approve them. And at that point, you will be able to see the group, right? So that's kind of, you need to check this out. And I'm actually going to do a quick search. Once you get in, there's always a magnifying glass, so you can check your questions there. I'm going to show you something before we start talking about the actual tools of why you kind of need to use this, right? This question came in a couple summers ago from somebody who, before they invested their time, wanted to ask a question: who here is listing 2 listings or more a month strictly from Listings to Leads tools, right? That's a decent question. You're sitting on this call. Why should you be investing your time? Well, this person wanted to know, can I get listings from this? And a lot of our clients jump in. You're welcome to look at what they're saying. But I want to point out this one here because it's pretty awesome. Dustin Fox says we average 2 listings from each marketed listing. Okay, all from listings to leads tools. Trying to get that to above 3 this year. So every time they market a listing with our platform, they're getting 2 to 3 more listings on top of it, which is kind of weird because you would think if you're marketing a listing, you're out to get buyers. And with most companies, that's all you can do. But with our platform and our system, marketing your listings is the smartest way to get more listings, right? So that's kind of number one where the mastermind group is useful. I just want you to know that that to get more listings can really help can really help you by marketing. Now this email right here, which is just static in my email, is also a message. We actually had a call with the same guy, Dustin Fox, who answered that question just a minute ago, and I want to read this to you. He did a call this last year because he keeps going in the mastermind group and sharing just these kind of nuggets. And he told us that his office, I rolled out their office years ago, but when they did it, he was kind of a rookie 2-year agent. He'd been an agent for 2 years, and he was doing $5 million a year in production. And in the past 2 years, he's been $20 million a year. And he tells us in this call that 80% of his business is coming from our tools, and that he just puts in 2 hours every week to get those results. He would drop off his daughter at ballet, and he would go to the next door Starbucks, and he would work in listings to leads for 2 hours a week, and he went from 5 to 20 million, and 80% of his business is coming from our tools. And that's just a big roundabout way of saying you need to kind of pay attention to what I'm going to talk about for the next 50 minutes. Because I'm going to show you not all of the tools that we have, but the most important tools that are creating business for our clients. Okay. Now, at a high level, there are kind of some major sections that I want you to be thinking of. Our listing section. There are a lot of tools under here. I'm going to dive down in them in a minute. Our landing page section, and we create some by default, and you can create your own custom ones. And then this ad section, okay? And the ad section is kind of mind-blowing. I'm going to definitely dive in here at length because it's an important part for any realtor to be running ads on Facebook and Instagram and capturing leads and building their brand. So let's start with listings though, because you have listings or you want to get listings. Even if you want to borrow a listing, you can click this green button here and say grab active listing, and that's going to sort of grab it and pull it in for you, right? But you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it, that we have different statuses in here: in contract, sold, active, under contract. This is active, sold, active, right? What I want you to understand is you can change your property status from an early stage, like coming soon or just listed or active, to later, right? And the reason why you want to do that is that our just sold advertising and our pending and our under contract, it's designed to get more listings, right? So remember when I mentioned Dustin Fox, and Dustin says, yeah, I get 2 to 3 more listings. It's because he's using all of our tools, and he's using them at the later stage as well. If you want more listings, you definitely do not want to forget about our just sold advertising, okay? And I'll show you why in a few minutes, but that's kind of the point there. But inside, on the listings page, you're going to be seeing this task list. And you'll notice there's a lot of tasks. There's like, I don't know, 12, 15 in there, right? But there are really only 4 that really get the ball rolling. It's your social media, the tool for your seller social media, the homeowner social media, an e-flyer for your database, and in print marketing, there's another awesome tool there. So let's start at the top, and you click this green button on the right, and this will open it up. This is what we call a listing landing page. It's a very simple tool, looks good, mobile optimized, and it gives a little bit of information. right? I've got something just listed. I got an open house. But if you want more information, you got to click this button. So let me click it. And what's happening now is the page says thank you, and we drop them on the single property website. We created this single property website automatically for you. I have a video here, but the default is the photos of the home will be right here, okay? But now, since somebody clicked that continue to Facebook button, you have a lead. You have a buyer lead with their name and email as it appears in Facebook, and also the property address, so you know what they're looking at. So when you scroll down this page, you're going to see all the things you would sort of imagine, right? Photos and details. But also we put in this, what is your home worth, right? And then you scroll down and here's the more photos, and here's the maps and the schools, and maybe we got your Zillow reviews if you have reviews on Zillow and your other listings. And then there's a big massive footer again that says, what is your home, right? So remember, this is an open house, right? But still we're asking multiple times, what is your home worth? Also, this is the call to action that pops up automatically. It asks for their name and email, and it asks this question, do you own a home? Yes or no. If you do own one, do you need to sell it? If it's yes, well, obviously now you know they're interested in buying and selling. And that's an important part of real estate. Is you might think that when somebody wakes up in the United States and wants to sell their home, that they just start calling realtors. Guess what? They don't. They start researching for months. And one way they research is they go looking at what's for sale on the market. And if you're marketing with our system, our tools, we're of course giving the information on what's going on with a house that's for sale, but we're always trying to ferret out, hey, is there somebody here that is, that owns a home? And let's find that out too. So that tool is awesome, right? And we email it to you. So when your listing hits the system, we email it to you. And you're welcome to open it up. And you'll notice that there's some buttons on the left that say, like, share to Facebook. And you can share it there. You could put it on your business page, and you could write in something like, hey, this is a great house. Check it out, right? But also, you might have noticed that it says this is auto posted. And auto posting is super awesome because you know what? It happens automatically. So you don't actually need to click a button. You do need to turn on auto posting and connect your social media, but you'll notice it's got emojis, it's got hashtags, it's got call to actions. And if somebody clicks on it, you know what? It's going to drive them to that tool that captures leads for you. So our social media auto posting is designed to capture leads. That's a key point. There are other companies that have social media stuff, right? Just there's no company like ours that captures leads, or as many leads as us. So that, as you can see, the first step can be done automatically for you. The second step can also be done automatically for you, but the tool gets emailed to you automatically for sure. We also give you an invite and tell you, hey, you know what? You can forward this email to your client. And I'm going to copy it right now, and I'm going to see if I can get to my Facebook real quick, which I can't seem to. This tool is for your seller social media, and this one always kind of puzzles agents, but I definitely recommend that you use it. And here's why. Let's see, maybe I put it on my page earlier today. I did another call today. Let's see. When we send it to you, we give you instructions to forward it to your client, right? And here it is. Here's an open house right here. And it says, we're having an open house this Saturday. And in this case, my name is Vincent Meza, and it's talking about Vincent Meza. But this would be you, the agent, at your office, Crystal Bonin Realty, doing a lot of marketing, right? If you click on this tool, you guessed it, there's a tool there to capture leads for you, right, behind that tool. But more importantly, you are telling all of the friends and family and colleagues of your clients, you know, where they share their travel pics, and they share their pet pics and their grandkids and their kids pics and all that fun stuff. They're also sharing with you that you are their realtor. This is the same pool of people that you hope to get referrals from. And I want to show you what that seller's message looks like when the property is sold. It says, our home is just sold, and we want to recommend you at your office for doing an excellent job. Here is your phone number and email for all my friends and family and colleagues to see, right? So this is a pre-written testimonial. All you got to do is go to your listings, and once the property is sold, change it from active to just sold. And we're going to email that tool to you automatically. We're going to auto post on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn automatically that you sold another property. So turning on auto posting is smart. Flipping your property to pending or sold is smart. Changing it to open house is smart. All of our tools capture leads, right? So let's go back. We're still talking about this open house. We've got our social media covered for your social media, your seller's social media. If you're an agent with a CRM or database of like hundreds of thousands or thousands of leads, you might want to use, I do recommend that you use this. It's an e-flyer for your database. It'll have your logo. It'll have a picture that people can click on, or they can click on that hyperlink. And of course, we're going to drive them to a page that captures them as a lead, right? But it's also going to say when that home is sold, this will affect your home value. And with that, they are going to go right to a page that's going to give them a free home value. And of course, you're going to get the lead. There's also an email signature at the bottom. This is in your profile called a lead gen signature. All of these links are dynamic hyperlinks. So every time you send an email or every time you use an e-flyer, these can be clicked on and driving people right to your website or any of your favorite links or websites that you've got. We definitely recommend that agents use that at least once a week on any listing at any status, okay? Now down here under print marketing is the #1 tool that we have that generates listing leads that turn into listing contracts. Now, I mentioned earlier that there's a blog post that I'm going to send to you that has all the tools that capture listing leads, right? This tool is at the top of that list. And it's at the top of that list, not because it generates hundreds of leads, because it does not generate hundreds of leads. It generates a handful, or maybe it generates, you know, a dozen, or maybe a little more or less. But these leads that come from this particular piece of paper convert the fastest into business, into listing contracts. And here's why. It's really just a physical piece of paper. You can download it here, you can print it. The simplest way is to door knock it. I don't know if you can door knock it because, you know, COVID and all that. But if you can, just leave it behind. People will pick it up and they'll take it and it's sitting there on their countertop. And then one day they will go to their computer and go find out more about that open house. And probably if they own the home, some people are going to type in that home value page right there, right? So that you can get high quality listing leads. Because if you're telling somebody you know how to sell a home in their neighborhood, it means you have some experience, right? You're qualified to do that. And that you can give them a free home value right there makes these really valuable, important leads. Now I'm going to go over to the mastermind group and I'm going to search on that magnifying glass one more time on this guy's name, Chris Winstead. This came in last summer in the middle of, you know, COVID lockdowns all over the country. And this guy says, hey, I have been farming my own neighborhood for 3 months and I've got 5 listings out of it. Now he's got this slick video and I definitely, it's a cool video, but that's actually not how he did it all. It helped him, no doubt. But what he did is he bought a list of homeowners in his neighborhood that own their homes for more than 5 years. And he said once they opted in on the home value page, meaning once he delivered this letter and people typed in that address and they became a lead, every week he would consistently contact them with phone calls, bomb messages, letters via mail, and letters left at the door. That right there, guys, is an awesome recipe for more listings. It frankly doesn't get any clearer than that. If you want more listings, I recommend you go look up Chris Winstead's name in the mastermind group and you just copy that strategy. There are a lot of agents that do, and there are a lot of agents that were doing it long before. I mentioned Dustin Fox at the beginning of the call. We learned about Dustin when I set up Pearson Smith just south of Washington, D.C. in Northern Virginia. You know, just like we're doing a rollout call here, I did a rollout call for them. And Dustin was one of 300 agents who just rolled up his sleeves and learned how to use our system. And what he found, what he shared with us, is that his highest ROI was mailing that same letter to 250 homes. In this case, they were sold, right? He put them in a black envelope. He put in a little one-page calendar. He even made a fancy little one-page Zillow review thing. And he mailed them first class to 250 homes and picked up 10 listings with the average commission of $17,000. That's a huge ROI, right? I would love it if you guys could replicate that. I don't know if it gets that high, but I do have a lot of clients who are saying every time that they use that letter, that they get at least one listing. So it's definitely something that I want to make sure that you are aware of. It's called the Nearby Homeowner Letter, and it's under print marketing. And you can use it in any status. It doesn't actually matter if it's just listed or open house or under contract or sold. They all work, okay? These are the 4 things in listing marketing. You can see that we've got blog posts. We've got ways of getting to Craigslist. We auto post a virtual tour to YouTube. Those are all great things, right? We've got a great virtual tour and single property website, but these 4 things have the best bang for the buck. So definitely use those when your home is just listed. If you do open houses, again, when they're open houses, and definitely when they're sold. You can do it when they're pending or under contract too. So let's jump over to the landing pages. Now, when you log in and you go to the landing page section, you're going to recognize that these 3 landing pages are already created for you. We've got a new construction landing page. You can customize it to make it fit your local area. We've got a down payer assistance landing page. You'll notice that mine says free money now. Yours will not say that. But you can make it say that, or you can make it say whatever you want. You might have a local program that you want to talk about, and then you can customize that landing page. And then, of course, we have free home value landing page, right? And this is one of those tools that it's kind of famous, not because Listings to Leads creates it, but because many companies have that. And many agents have heard for years, like, that's the way to get listing leads. And let me just be super clear, it is a way to get listing leads. It is not the number one way. It's actually at the bottom of our list of getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. So if you want listing contracts, you don't want to be, you don't want to think that Facebook ads with home valuation landing pages is the way to go, because it's really wobbly. Because Facebook changed so much in the past few years, it's very hard to target. You can't target. It's just a hope and a prayer when you run an ad like that. But like I said, I'm going to send you a link with all the top tools that capture listing leads, and make sure that you'll use those. And of course, the top one is that home valuation landing page. You'll see that I have property valuation plus pages. These are home valuation pages, and you should have one for every town where you want to pick up listings, right? I can't remember what city you're in, but you're probably raising listings in multiple towns. You need this page for every one of those towns, all right? Let's go back. And I'll also point out that you can create custom landing pages too, for buyers, for sellers. You might have a report that you want to give away. This one is on a particular development, and it's just an example that you can snap in video on these things as well. You can snap in a little timer like I've got there, And then it's just a great looking page. It's mobile optimized. It conveys whatever story you want to convey. And at that point, you want to get this in front of people. So how do you get it in front of people, right? You can obviously copy the link and share it, and that's a good way. But actually, the better way is on this ads tab right here. And the ads tab it's awesome. It's awesome, and it's about to get even more awesome. I'm really excited because we're making some improvements to this page. But I do want to tell you, when you first come to the ads page, it's not going to look like this. It's going to have one big button. It's going to say connect to Facebook. And underneath it, it's going to have a little video talking about, it's going to have a video saying, oh, it's going to show you for 2 minutes, this is how you connect to Facebook. Watch the video, then click the button and connect to Facebook. It's really easy. And after that, these 3 buttons will appear. Create a listing ad, create a landing page ad, and create a PDF report ad. Now, I don't know if you guys have run ads on Facebook before, but if you're going to be in real estate, right now I can tell you it's one of the top places to advertise. The problem is Facebook is a bear. It is messy. There are 3 pages of things that you got to know how to check and click and do this and that. And frankly, it ain't easy. And there are a lot of agents who run ads and can have a great success with it. But I think there are a lot of agents that can run ads and just make themselves crazy and burn up money and burn up time. And what's super cool about here is that, let's say I want to create a landing page ad. I can just choose my landing page. And let's say I want to do my custom, oh, you know what? I'll do my new construction landing page. I'll leave it on lead ad so I get pre-populated phone numbers and my leads, and I click create ad. And all you got to do is click create new form, click create form down here at the bottom. This is the form that's going to be created by Facebook, and it's going to be pre-populated with the name, email, and phone number. Type in your location, like, I don't know, whatever town you're in, right? I can just say, let's say San Francisco or something like that, right? And you can change the radius if you want it to go out further so more people see it. And you can retarget your ads. I won't go into it right now, but it's a super powerful way of sending your ads to the leads you already captured by using retargeting. And just click publish. Now, I'm going to tell you, because I just got off of a call like 10 minutes ago, that we're going to change this very quickly. But right now, this generates a lot of buyer leads with phone numbers. It generates a lot of listing leads for our clients. And it's very easy to do. It's actually going to be even easier. You won't need to create a form. We should be able to auto-populate the location, so you don't even need to type in things like San Francisco or any other town name. All you're going to need to do is publish. Now, you'll notice that it's 35 bucks here. That's our default. You can change it. Facebook wants a minimum of $5 a day, right, to run an ad. So this ad is defaulting to 7 days for 35 bucks. Now, because we're looking for buyer leads, and this is a little bit in the weeds, but just so you know, a buyer lead usually costs about $1 a click from Facebook. And that means you can sort of expect 30 to 35 leads, maybe more, maybe less, right, for a $35 spend. If you want to do other things, if you want to customize the language over here on the right, just type it over here on the left and it'll put in there, and do that before you add it. And you can kind of do some other, I really wouldn't mess with anything else. If you want to add some language, fine. It's really create the form, get the location, and publish. Very simple, takes about 20 seconds to run an ad. It's going to start taking you about 5 seconds in just a few more weeks. And then you'll have, 10 extra seconds. So, but that's how you create a landing page ad. Let's go look at creating a listing ad. And what I want is to market that open house I was showing you. So I'm just going to click my open house, leave it on lead ads, click create an ad. And in this case, type in a location, click create new form, create the form, and publish. It's very easy to create an ad. It will be live in just a few minutes. Facebook still has to approve it. but then the ad will be live. And then your ad is going to be sitting, once it's live, it's going to be sitting right here. And you can turn off your ad. You'll also notice the cost per click. This little reached means this is how many people saw it, right? Reached means, now, the fact that they saw it just means they saw it. Doesn't mean that they actually clicked on the ad. They just saw the ad. So let me click on this real quickly over here. This is Facebook, and this is the news feed. And right here, the second post is an ad. This is not from Listings Leads. It's some kind of company. Your ad that you're creating here is going to show up right there for anybody that's in your target market, right? So that's why it's so powerful, because it's right there in the news feed. When they click here, it says shop now, but there it's going to say learn more, and then that's the form that Facebook auto-populates, and you're going to capture the lead. Now there's another really cool button here, and it's create PDF report ad. And what's cool is there are 25 buyer reports and 25 seller reports. So if you want buyers or sellers and you don't even have listings, well, you could click this little round button and download it, or you could just click right here and click create an ad. And when you create the ad, it's going to have a unique graphic. It's going to have some language. So what do you think you got to do? You got to click create the form here, and then you type in the location of where you want it, and you can change the radius if you want, and then publish. Okay. And that's how easy it is. And so when people respond, they got to give up their contact information, and then they can download this for free. And what's awesome is it's all branded to you. Every page of that report has your contact information. Okay. And if you click on settings over here, that's not the right place. Oh, click on PDF reports here. I don't remember where we really need to change this. It's over here in the library. So I'm going to kind of go into the weeds here. We're going to move this pretty quickly. In media, in settings, you can actually change the color scheme of how you want that to look. You can make a custom one here too. So you might have, your own unique branding and colors that you want, or you can just use the blue PDFs as we have there. But either way, once you've saved that, when you run the ad, it's going to have the color scheme that you want. So in case you don't have a Facebook strategy, let me give this one to you. You should be spending around $200 to $300 every month on Facebook, and you should split that up on multiple ads. I'd say 8 ads. Okay, every week you should run a listing ad at any status: sold, open house, just listed. They could even be borrowed listings. You're going to capture leads, right? But I've got here a $20 ad. You probably want to change that value to like $20 or $25. And remember, you can only do it for 5 days. So if it's $25, it'll be a 5-day ad, right? So you just change the calendar here, and you change the value here. But run one listing ad every week, and run either one landing page ad or one PDF report ad every week as well. Now, in case you don't know this, I mentioned it earlier, these ads that are here, they were run for a very short period. So really only the reach is 233 people, or 302 over here. But when you run a $20 ad for 4 days in the US, it's usually seen by 1,000 to 3,000 people, right? So your brand is being seen by 1,000 to 3,000 people, because it's always sponsored by your business page, okay? And so if you've run 2 ads a week and you spent $200 to $300, your business page is going to be seen 15,000 to 20,000 times, maybe even more, by various people, and that's great for your brand. But you're also going to generate 100, 200 plus leads every month, and that's great for you, right? So I definitely recommend, if you're going to be in real estate, that you start to learn how to use these 3 green buttons that you're looking at right here. Great way to build your brand, and a great way to capture leads, okay? So that's a bit of the main story, right? listings, automated tools. You now know that there are 4 tools that you should be using. I got a just sold property here. I want to make sure the seller gets it. My social media, my seller's social media, my e-flyer from my database, and print marketing. And here, you go in print marketing and you get the nearby homeowner letter. It's the nearby homeowner letter, #1 tool, right? If you want to create more landing pages, by all means do, and then use the ad generator to get thousands of people to see that, and some people will click on it and you'll capture leads that way, okay? So there's one other section I want to show you, and that's your profile. This is really the setup. You can turn on your social media auto posting here. I mentioned that earlier. This is where you connect your social media accounts. Once you've connected that, click save, and then go over here to listings. This section here will be blank, okay? It'll be blank like this. Just click this green button and it'll snap this information right there and click save. And that's all you need to do. If you've got a CRM, you can integrate your CRM right here. But there is a couple cool things here. YouTube connection. If you use Gmail, that means you have your own YouTube channel. And I recommend that if you use Gmail that you connect your YouTube channel, because we will create virtual tours for your listings and we'll auto post them to YouTube for you, okay? And that's just good in terms of social media marketing, right? There's also this lead gen signature, which I was talking about earlier, and it looks like this. These hyperlinks are literally clickable links that can drive people right to your website. You've got a good website, you can convert traffic, you might want to do that, right? So you might also have your own reviews on Zillow. So you can drive people to the page where we showcase all of your reviews, right? That lead gen signature, these are lead links here. We call them lead links, and you can control your own lead links on the left. Any link that you just type in the name and put your web address. And if you check it and it's blue like this, it will be default. These links will show up on all of your tools, including the lead gen signature. So guys, that's kind of my story. There are more tools to listings to leads. And I'll tell you what, the more tools you use, the more leads you're going to get. But that's a tall order. If you can just use the ad generator the way that I described, like running 8 ads a week, and if you can market your listings or market borrowed listing in those 4 tools that I mentioned, your business will grow this year, okay? We've been doing this for 11 years. We have clients all over the country. We are doing our best to make this easier to use. It's a little wonky. It's not, but our goal here is our tools are so powerful, we're just going to make them much easier for you to use. That's what we're going to be doing in the next couple of years here. In the meantime, use these tools to your advantage. Everything we create is designed to capture a lead. Otherwise, we're just not going to create it, right? We know that realtors do a whole lot of activities. They do a lot of actions. They send emails. They want video. They do all kinds of stuff. They share information. We just want to make sure that you are capturing leads when you're doing that. If you need any help, use our support page. There's a box right here. Just put in your question right there, because our whole support team watches this, and you get the fastest answers by putting it right there. And don't forget, we've got a mastermind group with a lot of great information. I definitely recommend that you get in there and that you invest a little bit of time to learn how to use listings to leads, because it will help your business grow. So everybody, are there any questions? This call is being recorded. I'm going to create the video today, and I'll send it over to Crystal and Jeannie, and they'll get it out to you. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to say thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you make the most out of this platform. It's awesome. It helps our clients grow their business, and we definitely want you to grow your business. So get involved, and good luck. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.